It is 3 in the morning. I am sitting alone in my quiet apartment, staring at the ceiling. 3 years ago, at this exact hour, my entire life changed. All because I asked one simple question. "Where are you?" She called me Clingy. She screamed at me like I had committed some unforgivable crime. And you know what I said? I said, "Okay." Then I blocked her, packed my bags while she slept, and disappeared to another state. 3 years later, she found me. Before we dive into this story, let me know where you are watching from in the comments below. If you have ever felt like your love was too much for someone, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Stick around to find out what I said when she finally found me after 3 years of silence. My name is Arlo, and I used to believe that love was about showing up, being present, caring deeply. I never thought those things could be turned against me. I met Megan at a small coffee shop in Columbus, Ohio. I was 28 years old, working as a software engineer at a tech company downtown. She was a marketing specialist, always carrying a laptop bag and a smile that made the room feel warmer. We did not have one of those dramatic first encounters you see in movies. No spilled coffee, no bumping into each other. I just noticed her sitting by the window typing away, and something about her felt familiar, safe. I walked over and asked if the seat across from her was taken. She looked up, smiled, and said no. We talked for 2 hours that day. About everything and nothing. Our favorite books, the cities we wanted to visit, how we both hated small talk but somehow could not stop talking to each other. That was the beginning. For the first 2 years, everything felt perfect. We moved in together after 12 months of dating. Our apartment was small, barely 600 square feet, but it was ours. We filled it with secondhand furniture plants that she promised to keep alive, and laughter. So much laughter. I remember the little things more than the big moments now. The way she would rest her head on my shoulder during movies, even when she was not tired. How we would cook together on Sunday mornings, making pancakes that were always slightly burnt because we got distracted talking. The road trips we took on random weekends, no destination in mind, just driving until we found somewhere interesting. I loved her in a way that felt permanent. I started saving money for an engagement ring. I pictured our future together. A house with a backyard, maybe a dog, kids someday. I thought she was the woman I would spend the rest of my life with. But somewhere around the 2.5-year mark, things started to shift. Small changes at first, so small I almost missed them. Megan began coming home later from work. She said there was a new project, tight deadlines demanding clients. I understood. I had been through busy seasons at my own job. I did not question it. But then she started talking less when she got home. She would walk through the door, give me a quick kiss, and head straight for the shower. Her phone was always face down on the table. She would excuse herself to the bathroom to answer texts. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was being paranoid. Then came the night that planted the first real seed of doubt. It was our 2.5-year anniversary. I had planned a nice dinner out at her favorite Italian restaurant. When I mentioned it that morning, she said she had a work dinner with colleagues and could not make it. I was disappointed, but I understood. Work comes first sometimes, so I stayed home. I cooked her favorite meal instead, pasta with garlic bread and that expensive wine she liked. I set the table with candles. I waited. She came home at 11 that night. Her cheeks were flushed, and there was a scent on her I did not recognize. A mixture of alcohol and perfume that was not hers. I asked her how the dinner went. She shrugged and said it was fine. I mentioned the smell, tried to keep my voice light, not accusatory. She looked at me with this expression I had never seen before. Almost annoyed. "You are overthinking," she said. I hugged a coworker goodbye. "It is her perfume." I nodded. I let it go. But that night, I lay awake for hours staring at the ceiling. Something felt different, wrong, like the ground beneath my feet had shifted just slightly and I could not find my balance anymore. I convinced myself I was being ridiculous. Megan had always been faithful. She loved me. We were happy. I was just stressed from work, projecting my anxiety onto her. So I decided to trust her more, give her space. Stop asking so many questions. But the doubt had already taken root, and no matter how hard I tried to ignore it, it kept growing. The next month was a slow descent into confusion and pain. One night I woke up around 2 in the morning to use the bathroom. When I came back to bed, I noticed the glow of a phone screen illuminating the room. Megan was sitting up, smiling at her phone, typing quickly. "Who are you texting?" I asked, my voice groggy. She jumped slightly, then recovered. "Just a coworker. Work stuff." At 2 in the morning, she gave me a look. "It is about a project. Go back to sleep." I did, but I did not sleep well. 2 weeks later, Megan invited me to her company holiday party. I was actually excited. A chance to meet her colleagues, put faces to the names she mentioned, maybe even ease some of the anxiety I had been carrying. The party was at a nice restaurant downtown. Everyone was friendly enough, but there was one person who stood out. A man named Derek. Tall, confident, worked in her department. He spent most of the night near Megan, laughing at her jokes, touching her arm when he talked. I watched them from across the room while making small talk with other guests. Something about the way he looked at her made my stomach turn. On the drive home, I mentioned it. Casually, I thought. "Derek seems friendly with you," I said. Her response was immediate and sharp. "You are being paranoid. He is just a colleague. We work on the same team." I dropped it. But she added one more thing before we got home. "You know, Arlo, not every man who talks to me is trying to steal me. You need to relax." It was the first time she had ever spoken to me like that, like I was being unreasonable for simply observing what was right in front of me. The weeks that followed were a pattern of canceled plans and growing distance. First weekend, she said she had to work late on Saturday. I spent the day alone. Second weekend, she went out with her girlfriends. She did not post any photos, did not text me the whole night. Third weekend, she said she was too tired to do anything. She needed time alone to recharge. I started to feel like a stranger in my own home, like I was intruding on her life just by existing. Finally, I asked her directly. We were sitting on the couch, some show playing in the background that neither of us was watching. "Megan," I said carefully, "is there something going on that I should know about?" Her reaction was explosive. "Why do you always have to question everything I do?" She stood up, arms crossed. "I need space, Arlo. You are suffocating me." I was stunned. I had asked one question. One simple question after weeks of distance and canceled plans and late nights. That night we went to bed without speaking. She turned her back to me, and I lay there in the darkness, wondering if maybe she was right. Maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was too needy, too clingy, too much. I decided to pull back even further, give her all the space she wanted. But the more I retreated, the more she pulled away. It was like trying to hold water in my hands. The tighter I gripped, the faster it slipped through my fingers. Then came the night that changed everything. It was a Friday. Megan said she was going to a party with coworkers. Nothing unusual anymore. I had stopped asking questions, stopped expecting her home at any reasonable hour. I made myself dinner, watched some television, and went to bed around 11. I woke up at 3 in the morning. The bed beside me was empty. Cold. My heart started racing, but I told myself to stay calm. She was at a party. She lost track of time. It happens. I called her phone. No answer. I waited 5 minutes and called again. Nothing. I called a third time. She picked up on the fourth ring. Her voice was sharp, annoyed. "What, Arlo?" I kept my voice gentle, concerned, not accusatory. "It is 3 in the morning. Where are you? I am just worried." Silence. Then she exploded. "Are you serious right now? You are so clingy. I cannot even go out with my friends without you checking up on me every 5 minutes. I tried to explain. "Megan, I only called because it is late and—" She cut me off. "This is exactly what I am talking about. You are suffocating me. I need to breathe." The line went dead. I sat there in the darkness, phone in hand, staring at nothing. 2.5 years. I had given her everything. My time, my energy, my heart, my future plans. And she called me clingy because I worried about her at 3 in the morning. Something inside me broke in that moment. But it was not my heart. It was something else. A wall I had built to protect myself, to excuse her behavior, to convince myself that I was the problem. That wall crumbled. And in its place was clarity. Cold, painful, but undeniable clarity. She came home at 5 in the morning. I heard the front door open, her footsteps in the hallway, the bedroom door creaking as she slipped inside. She did not say anything, did not apologize, did not even look at me. She just changed into pajamas and climbed into bed like nothing had happened. I lay there, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. I knew what I had to do. I did not sleep that night.